No tail, dropping that one near the river. Simba on that Timbersaw he's played so often as of late. Puppey will be your Enigma. As for the Razor, and trying to scout out a rotation will be KuroKy. Very difficult the position to approach a hero from. They get in range with a concussive shot. KuroKy caught out. This looks to be the first blood. Burrow Strike ready. He's surrounded and beaten down, and that will go to Koikfa.
That's a very smart way to approach. Generally, your hero will stand right around here because they expect a gank coming from here, here, or here, and they were just in a perfect position to try and wrap around. So.
And they really need a concussive shot. I don't think you get that kill without that, so.
Yeah, that was
the power of the Skywrath Mage.
Smart play.
Yeah, really well executed gank, and, well, do they go aggressive tri-lane here with that first blood? It's a pretty decent tri-lane. It's not amazing, double melee,
they
have a lot of burst.
They put LC there and have the two supports just do whatever they want.
Yeah, he gets a double damager, and EGM's going to stun him, but he doesn't really stun away. And that's a clarity and probably a couple tangos down the drain. So a nice turn. The other thing is not only do they get the first blood, they very quickly and efficiently ward the jungle on their way out. Double sentries dropped, big observer ward placed, and the sentry from Big Daddy, it's not going to actually be in range of this one. So a nice placement there from Tinker. Still, Puppey will have this camp available, and this one probably will be dewarded. He's actually dropped the sentries on the ground. Guess he's saying, Puppey, it's up to you to deal with that. This is not going to be a fun lane top for Timber. 2v1, but two very strong heroes versus him.
Yeah, I mean, Skywrath is just so good at killing a Timbersaw.
At the same time, Koikfa in this offlane with the first blood, he's got boots, stout shield, and a lot of regen. He won't be easy to zone out, so it looks like the offlane should be a win overall for Tinker. The Enigma can be the X factor generally, but EGM already begun stacking the jungle. His jungle was not warded off, unlike the Sankey we saw last game. So I'm thinking they break even in the jungle. They may lose mid pretty bad to S4's Razor, but they can make up for that in the offlane. This should go reasonably well for Tinker.
Yeah, and giving the first blood to Koikfa really helps him because he can start off with boots and a stout and effectively trade her ass with Ogre. Well, maybe not super effectively, but definitely more effective than before.
Nobody trades effectively with a hero with 6 armor, but more effectively.
He's trying. That's for sure. Yeah. He doesn't want to get bullied by the big bag club-wielding, dual-headed beast.
Hideous beast. Running around in circles. Big Daddy goes in for a little poke there with the club. Kills attempted yet top. The concussive shot's skilled, but you still need at least your level 3 for the silence. That's the one issue here, is they don't have too many ways to lock down the Timber at this stage. Later on they will once they get EGM more active, but for now he continues to stack up the jungle. Oh, missed his double stack there.
Oh, he was trying to prevent Bulba from stacking.
EGM?
Or Fly. Oh, wait.
Oh, Fly was trying to prevent Bulba. Okay.
Dire's middle
I thought you were watching.
Yeah, EGM missed his double stack. Or, sorry, his triple stack. You know, bottom lane, Big Daddy is really putting the hurt on Koikfa. Imagine if he didn't get the first blood. He would be struggling. To be fair, he kind of still is, but at least occupying the Ogre a lot.
Yeah, getting boost first on Ogre is incredibly strong. And yeah, it sacrifices Puppey farm, but Puppey's Enigma. Who cares?
Only got this one camp to work with. This camp's still sentryed off.
Koikfa getting body blocked.
Get a kill. Overwhelming odds. Still level 1 though. Really could use that bottle or heal. He's not getting much farm for it. Oh yeah, but Puppey did go for the D ward. Unfortunately, he gets just wrong. This is a really cool place to block the camp. Both of these sentries just out of range of it. Now let's see, what's our Legion gonna do? Koikfa back to the base? Oh, maybe he's not gonna have a very good time in the off. I figured he'd do better.
I mean, Big Daddy was just...
He's done a great job.
All up in the grill. And he's level 2 now, so... Big win for Team Secret in the safe lane.
Yeah, at the same time, the Clink's farming well, but so too is the Medusa. So, yeah, experience-wise, we should see the Dire pulling ahead, and the Radiant pulling ahead, and they are by 1,000.
This ward by Simba, very well placed, and he's able to feel relatively safe unless they smoke up to kill him. But Bulba's not level 3 yet, no Ancient Seal on him, so pretty difficult to kill him without that.
Yeah, the comeback mechanic here for Tinker will just be getting their stacks for the Sand King, which EGM has hit level 2. If they can just clear a camp or 2, that'll get him to level 3, and got a decent stack here waiting, a double for now. We'll at least be chipping away at these small centaurs in the top lane. But yeah, of course, the mid lane, one we haven't talked too much about. Razor, not really winning this. Sing Sing's doing a nice job. Level 3 Shockwave, no matter how much damage you drain, he'll always have that to CS. He's taking advantage of it to keep up with S4. Actually, pretty even start as far as it all goes, with for now the Enigma pulling ahead, but imagine the Sand King will catch up soon enough.
And the Safe Lane Farmer is almost exactly the same in terms of CS 25 and 27 by Medusa and Clinks respectively. And yeah, I mean, Sing Sing is getting pretty good farm versus Razor, but at the same time he needs items like more badly than a Razor. Like Razor can get away with like a Phase and Bracer and still do surprisingly well. Magnus kind of needs Blink plus Treads or Arcane to start being very effective in fights.
Oh, 4 heroes now in this dire jungle. It seems Quakefuzz just said, you know, I'm getting nothing out of this bottom lane. I might as well go to the woods. I'll at least be doing some stacking for the Sand King. I can farm a few camps of my own. He's not going to bother stacking that one.
Can't bypass Big Bad Ogre, man. Big Daddy is just...
the Great Wall of Big Daddy.
You shall not pass this river.
Seriously. And he's actually gotten some levels now. He hits level 3, he's gone for the 1-1-1 again.
Yeah, they blocked 2 camps, but they didn't block the pool camp. They blocked
blocked this camp, and this camp.
And they placed a ward, but I mean, that leaves Big Daddy to do whatever he wants. And Puppey actually has not been hurt that badly, considering that he bought the Obsors at the start, the chicken, and No Tail went for boots first, and they blocked 2 of his spawns. He's still doing very, very well, level 5.5.
Yeah, after what looked like a great start for Team Tinker, they got the first blood, they got the Enigma jungle. It would seem blocked off. It's not enough. They're down 2,000 experience, 1,000 gold.
Dire's bottom tower
Imagine if they hadn't gotten their first blood. My goodness.
It's mostly because Koikba's still level 1 and
He's
1
about
CS.
to too, but it's not without a fight. Big Daddy ushers him away into the tree line. Orb of Venom picked up for max harass. That value, ooh. Very nice pickup.
Are fortified.
He's even thinking about coming in. There's no ward here. He just feels like he has to do something to protect this tower, to deal with the early rotations.
Dire's bottom
Orochi
tower
just
is under
stands and
attack.
tanks the tower. He is losing a bit of mana for this, but I'll turn off the mana shield for now, preserve it, turn it back on when he... Man, look at that reduction. That's ridiculous. 7 armor, the mana shield to boot. Well, 3 already. He's not really taking much damage.
Yeah, he is not. And Koikba, he finally picked up some levels. Level 3, and the push was coming with that siege creep, but now that the siege creep is gone and glyph has been used, Puppey making his way back to the jungle. Level 6 obs wards on him. No smoke yet. Can he get a kill with this black hole? It's not an easy one wherever he goes.
Bulba is looking to make this triple stack a quadruple stack, and the timing's off again. Seems like that camp is harder to stack recently. I was having the same issue in pubs where their day. I'm not sure if it was actually changed or what, but yeah, EGM still will be content with the triple. This is going to get him, I don't know, like 1,100 goldish or so. Still a ways off from his blink. Your Magnus Mint for Sing Sing also a ways off his blink. So there's not going to be any big initiation for Tinker for some time. And Legion, I mean, Quakefoot does have 1,000 gold, but it's Boot Stout Shield 1,000 gold. Like, absolute rush if he goes for it as an offlaner. So, it does seem like a lot of pressure this game will be on Pycat to make plays. He's the only one having an easy time of it for Tinker.
He's doing very well.
Can he carry the game? Or at least get his team to the point where they can chip in?
I don't know. It's always going to be tough.
You smoke and rotate bottom lane. EGM is here. He's going to reveal Big Daddy, but the ward gives them a bit of vision. Enough time for him to get off an initial stun. Puppey's waiting for his ultimate. Black hole opportunity. Does he find the opening? He brings in 2. Quakefoot just waits on the side, helpless to do much. He tries to heal Bulba. That's not going to happen, but Sing Sing delivers with an RP. Skewer already used. Won't be able to bring heroes back into the tower as Kuro begins to chase, searching for that final auto attack on Sing Sing. Won't be able to get it. The Legion commander finds the first kill on Puppey. 1 kill going their way in the end. They did lose their Skywrath to start that. So a 1-for-1 exchange. Not a bad trade, but the tower is probably going down here to Secret.
EGM apparently did not expect him there. Big Daddy got the cast animation from the Fire Blast. He could have sandstormed, he could have just stunned him. Straight up, he was definitely facing in the right direction.
They were smoked, but the Radiant had this Observer ward, and I don't think he was counting on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that high ground ward. The new 6.82 ward actually coming into play.
First tower will fall. Kuroki will get the last hit.
Has he had a bad game on a carry?
I saw his
team?
Razor get wrecked
Okay.
against Vici, but Vici just crushed everyone.
Yeah, they were on another level. But outside of that, like, I feel like every time I watch KuroKy, he gets free farm. He doesn't really make many mistakes. And
Well, it's mostly...
I mean, this game he got first blooded, but that's like an almost unavoidable first blood.
A lot of it's due to Big Daddy, and
Yeah.
they're just able to get away with so much because he puts on so much pressure, either with his Wisp in the mid lane and buffing up Kuro's PA, or in the safe lane, just completely zoning out the Legion Commander so she's level 1 in like 4 or 5 minutes, and yeah, he always gets the space that he needs from the support.
Well, they might look to create more space now. They've got a smoke ready to go. S4, he pushed in the middle lane with the max plasma field and now makes the rotation top. Leading the way is Puppey. They'll be joined by Fly, who is struggling pretty mightily to get farm. He's gotten his levels up to a decent degree. It's level 5 there. Oh, the other big thing is Legion Commander actually got a kill in that fight, which Koikva desperately needed experience-wise. Gonna look for an opening. EGM closing on a Blink Dagger. Puppey still smoked. This is wearing off fairly soon. And they're gonna jump in with the dust to start. That's the focal point here. They chain through. They get the kill. Nice takedown. Tinker defend. No Epi Blink. No ultimate on the Legion. I don't think they can fight this Ben. Maybe with Sing Sing. He is hasted. They know that there's no black hole. It has to be on Sing Sing. As they dive onto EGM under the tower, focusing on Puppey with the sounds. A nice 2-hero shockwave from Sing Sing. Then the RP to follow it up. Onto S4 they go. It's going to be a 2-for-1 as EGM retreats. The rest of Tinker, or Secret, backing off. They were fighting that without Kuro, who's just farming bottom lane, but
Not respecting the Magnus.
yeah, and the power of the Magnus we see is having the lower cooldown ult makes a difference. The Enigma ult's still 30 seconds off at being ready.
Yeah, Shockwave's really good at defending their pushes, especially pre-mech. Actually, no one's looks like they're building a mech on Team Secret. We thought that there might be some redundancy there, but instead, 0.
It'll be your ogre. I got it.
He's still poor. He has arcanes though, which is actually pretty good for him. So Kuro looks like he's going for an early Yasha build. No Lincoln's rush for him. Yasha does help you farm a lot faster if you're not under any contest from the opponents.
Like from being harassed off top lane, he has managed to get that point in his ultimate, but all his damage is drained. And this could be an issue for Tinker. Something we didn't really touch on is, well, how does Legion match up this game? It's tough for him to really get active in fights. He goes for a duel, they can stone gaze him. He can be static linked if he's not going on Razor, and if he's already getting his damage drained, that duel's hard to win.
Yeah, but the burst is going to be so fast and furious from Team Tinker that he won't be able to drain him for that long. Like, S4's not tanky enough to run in the middle of them.
If they get the good RP, yeah. So, I guess it comes down to Sing Sing.
Or Epi with the Blink Dagger on Sand King. There's a lot of spells that they do not want to clump up against or stay still.
They do have a lot of lockdown, that's true.
Radiant's middle
See if they can make it pay off. Blink Dagger is now, as mentioned, online for the Sand King. Glyph used up the tier 1 top, but there's the Radiant Observer Ward here to give a bit of vision. Highcat marches forward to hold on to his tower. They try to wrap around for a stun. They're going to go on it, but Epicenter was being channeled by EGM, and he manages just barely to clip S4 with the Burrow Strike. Almost fell short on that one. That was just the absolute edge of it.
Yeah, and shutting down the Razor, really important. He did buy his Drums of Endurance before, but I like his target selection of S4 over Big Daddy.
And Koikva, there's your blink. After the way this game... Well, first he got the first blood. It's like, okay, he's going to have a good time. It's like, alright, he's screwed. And thanks to the kill experience bottom and a couple good fights and just the fact that he rushed it, he's now got the blink, so... Triple initiation online for Team Tinker.
Yeah.
It's going to make things a lot more difficult for Secret to group up and fight.
And at this point, Team Tinker might just be looking to ignore Kuro and kill everybody else. Just because they're very vulnerable right now. Razor still no mag. Timbersaw got zoned out pretty hard on top. Doesn't even have his arcane boots yet. And with the Orchid online, he's even more susceptible to dying. Ogre, he's very tanky, but still not that many items to boot. And Enigma sitting at only 400 gold after the 2 deaths and the early sentry warding of his jungle.
This game we will see the Fire Blast max again, so going for the burst damage there on the Ogre. Pycat does have Orchid online, as mentioned. He's on the move. Kuro could be the target, and maybe that Soul Burn is the bonus damage you need to chew through the Medusa's mana shield.
Or just kill everyone else, get that dual damage, go for Puppey.
Yeah, that's certainly a possibility.
I don't know if they can kill Dusa. She has a lot of HP, 900 plus...
Plus the 60% reduction. Yeah, that's a lot. He'll try for the jump in mid. Koikfa gonna give himself a bit of a bonus and a quick winner secured for him. Will be an additional 10 damage into his stash, and they retreat out. So the first Orchid usage successful. You have a Sentry Ward, Pycat. Tread carefully, young man. Gonna back off. Just took an initial stun. Another Sentry Ward and an Obs. Both drop. Big Daddy just pooping out the wards. He's out for now, though.
He still has one more sentry.
Oh, one more sentry.
Still, they're getting ganks with the Blink, exactly what Team Tinker needs. And they know if they go on Dusa, there's going to be immediate TP reaction, and looks like Pycat.
TP now is under S4 space. There was backup inbound. I think had they known he was there, they could have gone, but it's actually top lane where they're looking to jump in here as well. Pycat on the prowl. There's a TP scroll ready, and Timbersaw is going to use it. Koikfa, no duel. It just cooled down. Oh, close. Well, mid, back to that lane. Saint Sing being pursued out. The silence, he can't get off the initiating stun. Big Daddy gonna fall to a timely EGM stun. Secret just getting outgunned at the point of attack by Team Tinker thus far. They have 5 heroes active, and Secret, honestly, it feels like they have 3. Medusa's just farming. Timbersaw's mostly just farming. It's only Razor, Ogre, and Enigma that are actually trying to fight.
And they're all falling behind after their decent early game start. Kiro CS is ridiculous, but he can only carry so hard.
How good of a Medusa game do you think it is?
Not that great, because he doesn't really have that great of support around him, I'd say. Like, Razor really offers nothing to complement him, neither does Timber, aside from being a front line, but they don't have the items necessary to be a front line. Ogre has Bloodlust, but he's underleveled and also falling behind in Enigma with no mech to his name, no Blink Dagger coming online anytime soon, or a BKB. He's also going to be a liability. So instead of his team supporting him, they're just going to mostly just die to the AoE, or Mystic Flare.
They also have a lot of damage amp, I guess, between the Soulburn and the Skywrath silence, so yeah, Deuce is tanky, but not as tanky as if like you don't have those things. That's for damn sure. So maybe they have the burst to bring him down. See if the lack of defensive supports is punished.
They really need like a BKB on Razor. That's the next big item for Team Secret.
They are going back for mech on Puppey, but it's a pretty damn late mech for an Enigma. He's been very active compared to most Enigmas. Pushed a lot early, smoked a lot, was trying to create space for his team.
Oh, Simba.
Oh, that's trouble. Reactive armor not going to save you now. Pycat knows he's dead, and he just goes back for the tower. He's going to get this as well. Can he win walk out to safety? Tries to TP. That's not going to happen. He's got the mana, though. Just barely able to skeleton walk away as their detection inbound. The sentry was dropped by Big Daddy, but Pycat's always just one step ahead of them. And in fact, Tinker seemed to be just one step ahead in general. As they used the dual bottom lane, they used to combine to kill off the Medusa.
They used 3 ultimates.
Did they get the dual damage? They did. Bonus 20 damage now, starting to stack up.
Radiant's bottom
for
tower
Koikfa's
is under
Legion.
attack.
Deuce is tanky, but with
Radiant
Skywrath
structures
ultimate and
are
Ancient
fortified.
Seal and Epicenter and Duel, she will fall. Especially going with the no HP
Radiant's bottom tower
agility
is under
treads and
attack.
Yasha build.
Everything's suddenly going really well for Team Tinker. Farm on all their cores, farm on all their supports. Well, outside of Bulba, but he's just got his null talisman picked up.
Radiant's bottom tower
And
has
they're
fallen.
holding their towers for now.
Dire's middle
Tier
tower
1 mid
is
still
under
healthy.
attack.
Quake may look for a jump in.
Koikfa's been much more
Dire's
useful than Fly.
structures
Fly's
are
been trying to like
fortified.
recover in just farming the lane, whereas Koikfa has been trying to recover by getting kills and dual damage, and he's been much more effective. Yes,
Part of that's, I think, due
his
to the
teammates.
heroes and the teammates, yeah.
yeah. I agree, but I mean, Timbersaw's a fighter too, not a farmer.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he hasn't had enough of a start to be able to take those fights. To spot out Big Daddy in the river. He lumbers towards him, but Ogre lurches backwards. Not going to make the jump in. Koikfa's going to go heal, but he's not. Suddenly, he's got some real items. Treads picked up. 1,100 gold in the bank if he wants to work towards that Blade Mail or BKB. Pick up the first component. For now, it's a magic wand. Mech is online, though, at long last for Secret. 18 minutes in. Yeah, I'm gonna use the, the Sandstorm to try and dodge with the silence there, the slow there, but meanwhile, Sing Sing goes into it, gets the 2 hero RP, skewers them back just a few inches. That's enough to bring down 2. Timbersaw down, so too is your Razor. Now they stone gauge, but Tinker just turn tail and run. They get the multicast on EGM. Desperately needed roll of the dice there to at least secure 1 kill. Still have a duel online.
Dire's
This is going to are they going to try to push? With no stone gaze, all they really have to back this up is Black Hole and Mech.
That was
would be dangerous.
a really nice bait by Sand King. Sand King, he just stands in front of tower, ran away. They baited the dust out, and then they clumped because they thought that he might still be there. And then that led to the RP from Sing Sing into a nice skewer plus burrow strike.
Blinks is ready. Pycat now has it. There's no BKBs in sight on Secret, so anyone who wants to silence, he will. And there's your Blink dual combination. More damage for Koikfa. Now up to 30 damage added to his total. They'll lose Simba on the chain out. He can't even get close. Big Daddy might well be next. The burrow strike comes from EGM with the triple burrow. They secure the 1 kill there, and now he tries to retreat, but he may end up paying for this. They may actually turn this one a bit. S4 trying to steal damage. In the end, still a win there for Tinker. Only losing supports, taking down a core Timber, who's, I mean, is it fair to say he's becoming irrelevant? He's got 3.3k net worth. His own Enigma's out farming him. The enemy Sand King's out farming him.
Becoming.
Dire's middle tower is under
it's one
attack.
thing if you have a slow start in the lane, right?
It's
another if you're not catching up.
He's been.
Yeah, been and continues to be.
They've just been doing a really good job of coordinating with the duel too, and they're not overkilling, which is really important because that means that they can have other heroes around the map doing elsewhere. But they're also not underkilling and not letting Dusa get away with like a Stone Gaze plus Magic Stick and a mech to survive with. So Team Tinker are doing a very good job of correctly estimating their damage for something that's usually fairly difficult for someone like a Dusa, especially with the recent change.
S4 is going to TP out. Pycat won't even show himself, but mid lane, they have gone in on Sing Sing. They got the multicast.
Yeah, that's a Scotty already on Kuro.
They don't have the follow-up. He's managed to stay ahead of this Clinks, despite the Clinks being 7-1 and Kuro being 2-2. He's 50 CS up. Tower-wise, they are even. But I think Kuro might have gotten an extra tower last hit on him. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, he's definitely kept this farm up. It's still a close game. Net worth is very even. They're looking to go in now. Next Blink Silence doing work the puppy, but not quite enough. They'll use an Epicenter as well. All of that commitment just to kill him off. While Sing Sing RPs, Kuroki, he chases in. He'll chunk down Sing Sing. He's still very healthy in the river. The dance continues. They'll bring down the Sand King finally. Getting a more even trade here, and that was without a black hole. S4 wasn't even really that involved in the fight. Only now joining it. Bulba and Koik for retreat out. Start to push in. RP was expended, but it was not like Sing Sing just had to run immediately. Kuroki just hits too hard. They're still going to try to burst somebody down. Who do they focus? The duel's on S4, but Pykat's a little bit slow into this, and he ends up going for the Timber Saw, so they give extra damage to the Razor, feeding 14 away. Now Pykat's going to end up feeding. Oh no, 4 heroes dead in a matter of moments. Not the best execution from Tinker. They were very polished until now, but just slight misplays, and now you fed Kuroki. He's up to 12k net worth. The graphs tip back above equilibrium in favor of them, and even EGM's jumping in. He's got to be careful.
They had no follow-up with the Magnus ultimate. He had...
Big skewer, perhaps, for Sing Sing. Burrow strike under tower. They need a lot more than this, though. This Dusa is going to turn around and kill off Sing Sing, and starts to dive EGM. I think Tinker are just not respecting how tanky the Dusa is.
Dusa OP?
Yeah.
With Bloodlust and
Dusa
Scotty.
left to free farm for 20 minutes. Pretty hard to deal
well,
with.
generally she's only relevant past 30, so making her this relevant at 20 is actually quite surprising.
Or maybe Kuro OP. He seems to find this farm almost every game.
Yeah, Bloodlust plus Scotty plus Yasha. I mean, he does a lot of damage, and I thought that they would have trouble tanking all of Team Tinker's damage, but not Kuro.
And they are getting farm on S4, which to me is pretty important because if your Medusa does end up dying and you have too much net worth concentrated, they really have nothing. Pykat's going to run up the hill. He walks into higher Radiant Squad. They're about to smoke. He's going to blink out. I think nervous there could be a Sentry Ward or a Dust Pop, but there's actually no detection. Love to see that gem soon. It's really been Pycat who's...
It's so risky though, except for Dusa. Dusa's really the only one that can carry it safely.
Razor probably could. He's about to get a BKB.
Oh yeah, once he gets the BKB, yes.
Crystal is now out for Kuroki as well. Going for straight damage now. Does the Eye of Scotty to tank.
He's going into the Roche Pit.
Well, has this heal cooling down soon? Press the attack now maxed out. They will try to take the Roche. And his Power Clinks does decent damage here. He's picked up a crystal of his own, but he's just so much squishier than the Medusa. Even with the Dark Pact, the Death Pact, I mean, then he only sits like mid 1500-ish HP, and that's without the spell shield, without any sort of magic immunity.
He does a lot more single target damage though.
This
Huge amounts.
He needs to. Everyone's tanky. That's the one issue for Clinkz this game. You're like, you'd love to just farm those squishy supports. I guess Enigma's the easiest kill.
Ogre's relatively easy too.
Actually, Timbersaw's pretty squishy, but I feel like those aren't the important heroes. You know? Puppy's probably the tougher kill than this Timber. Balance used on Puppy after the first Yara, blinking forward his Pycat. They tried to cancel the blink. Not able to do so, and will end up dropping. Might lose Simba as well. They will. Double kill given away to Pycat. That Clinkz creating space for his team. Well, he can burst down those two. That's for damn sure. Maybe not the Razor or the Medusa.
I mean, he's just very far ahead of the curve right now, 10-2 with the Crystallis. And yeah, KuroKy's ridiculously far ahead, but that doesn't mean that Pycat's underfarmed.
KuroKy's just fat. They do group up bottom now. They're trying to use this opening to push in the mid lane with the Magnus, and they'll rotate in Pycat as well. Team Tinker leading 19-10, but it feels a bit closer than that. They will try for a double tower take here. Mid lane, dropping quickly. Bottom lane, BKB was used by S4. Goes right on the Quake, but tries for the TP out. Don't think he'll make it in time. He won't. Get the kill. Now they retreat out. Folda able to TP away. So BKB used, but they get the kill on the Legion, and while that was happening, the mid tower goes down. Pycat did get the last hit. So overall, still good for Tinker, even though they did give up that kill.
And Dusa going for damage too.
Yeah, Daedalus.
She's tanky enough. She is tanky enough. Generally, people go for Butterfly though, I would say, over Daedalus.
You can't crit on the split shots, right? Only on the main one?
I don't believe so.
Not actually sure.
Yeah, I don't think you can. So generally, people just go for mass attack speed and damage rather than any sort of special effect like crit or Maelstrom.
Yeah, Maelstrom could be nice, although I guess later on it doesn't really stack that well. Instead of making all the arrows stronger, you just have this kind of piddling chain lightning. What's on the ground here? Oh, just the Orb of Venom. The Courier sniped as well. A one-shot, an instant blink out. Pycat really heating up this game. He's killed the Courier. He found a double kill top lane. He's taken towers down. He is the biggest source of pressure and frustration for Secret, who kind of playing stick together Dota at this point. They don't feel safe to spread the map. Well, except for KuroKy.
Yeah, and they could get Ghosts at this point, but it's just not effective in teamfights at all, so the itemization is difficult for Team Secret too.
What do you do if you're Secret here? Do you just keep on farming KuroKy and go for ultra late game? Do you feel any pressure to make something happen?
Well, firstly, you wait out the Aegis. Secondly, yeah, just pretty much wait for a huge bloodlusted Medusa, because they don't have any mana burners.
Poikfo, he was being pursued by Flywall, while at the same time Sing Sing stunned out by N0tail, but everyone escaped safely. Now Pycat charging up the hill. Got a Dark Pack, or sorry, I keep on calling it Dark Pack. A Death Pack cooling down. Guess we just cast the Slark game, so I'll use that as my excuse. But they do spot Pycat here with a nicely placed sentry. Or if you just envision of that location. Well, back off. But it's just these little maneuvers that, even when he doesn't find a kill, you see everyone just runs away in terror. Now they group, they smoke, they're gonna try to just back up KuroKy. And there's nobody going on him. Dead Koikfa, Blade Mail has been complete, now works towards his BKB. To the top lane goes Sing Sing, rushing for, well not rushing, but going for the refresher now that he's completed the Force Staff. That's a Daedalus, fully online for Pycat. The better to give the Legion Commander some one duels. Although it already seems like this Legion is not going to have the same impact as the previous game. Sing. Force Staff ready, Blink Dagger ready, blinks out! Just in the nick of time! Now N0tail revealed by EGM, and he'll blink out. This Observer Ward spots it all out. They may just look to make a move elsewhere on the map. Pycat heading in for the backstab. Do they have detection? Yeah, they do have sentries. Where's he go? Does he try to push him mid? Find out, but they dodged that. What could have been a pretty disastrous fight.
Still, they will be able to capitalize and get a T2 out of this. They're not even close to a position to defend that, and his Aegis is right about to expire on Clinkz.
S4 will go for an Assault Kurat. Not going for the Ags that we've sometimes seen. There's one player who's been going for Shivas a lot lately. I'm trying to remember who it is. I think it's one of the Chinese players. Maybe Super?
AC's real good here. Also buffs up the Dusa. They're gonna win off Dusa doing damage, not really the Razor.
Blakefoot,
Dire's
Jesus,
top
look how hard
tower is under
Kuroki hits.
attack.
He's almost able to bring him down
Radiant's
solo. In
middle
fact, I
tower
think
is
he
under
will
attack.
solo kill him. Can Pycat turn this one around? Blade Mail used, S4 streaming, and they're waiting for a good RP opening. They keep Quakeful alive, they force Stefan back to safety. BKB used by S4, Pycat blinking out before that auto attack can leash him. All retreat.
Still, Medusa just, that was ridiculous how much damage.
And she's not meant as single target damage either. This is an AoE damage carry. Imagine how much she'll be doing to the rest of the team in the fights. Can they out-carry her? That's becoming the question. Pierogi starts to pull ahead and farm. What do you think, Ben?
I don't know. It's still a matter of execution at this point. They still have like huge AoE chain stuns on Team Tinker, so pulling that off will make Kuroki irrelevant if the rest of his team dies. And on the flip side, Enigma, if he hits a black hole, or even just like simple multicast from Ogre Magi on a crucial hero like Magnus, could easily swing either way.
Yeah, in general, it's interesting because you look at Secret, they've got the better like team fight carry compared to the Clinks, and I guess to some extent the Legion, but they also have the Sand King Magnus, so they look good in the team fights. Secret with the better team fight carry, and the Enigma Razor, I mean, hell, their whole team is basically AoE. They look strong there. Seems like both teams could win team fights, both teams could win single target engagements. A lot of it, as mentioned, comes down to execution. Do they get off a good black hole? There's no BKB in sight for Puppey, not even sure if he's going to bother going for one. Black hole is kind of iffy. Well, no Blink Dagger either. He's going to have a tough time getting that off.
Medusa's so fat though. With Bloodlust, it's like a free butterfly or AC in terms of attack speed, so she can actually go for damage without it hitting her attack speed too much. So, on top of that, you have to consider the Eye of Scotty. Eye of Scotty on a heavy damage zero like Clinks will actually reduce his damage output by a significant amount.
Maybe they need to get like a Heaven's Halberd or something for him. I guess Kuroki can always go back for BKB. Ogre Club up for now,
Radiant's bottom tower
see which
is
one he
under
wants.
attack.
They'll give the attack speed to Pycat.
Are they actually...
They high grounding.
Yeah, they have to go back.
They're gonna take the tower bottom though.
Radiant's
That goes with
bottom tower
Pycat.
has fallen.
Let's put Strafe on cooldown for 20. And Kuroki just lays into the tier 3 top lane. Secret, getting aggressive, they force Steph to somewhat initiate, I suppose, but he decides to just walk away. We'll clear out the creep wave and keep on going. S4 with the completed AC. These cores in the front line are very
Radiant's
strong.
bottom tower is under
I mean, everyone else behind them is starting to trail off, but who do you go on here? Kuroki,
Dire's top
S4,
tower
or
has
nobody?
Smoke wraparound.
They're going somebody.
Radiant's bottom barracks
I'm looking
are
for the
under
opening.
attack.
Meanwhile, bottom lane still pushing in his Pycat. He really wants to draw them back. Sing Sing force staffing Kuroki again. Trying to make him retreat.
Radiant's
As
bottom
Pycat will
barracks
clean out a
has
range Rax
fallen.
bottom lane. So the first Rax goes the way of Tinker. And now he will make his retreat. This means no Enigma top lane. Burrow comes through. That only hits some fly though. Not the most important target. Now they duel. They focus Kuroki. But a split shot does a lot of work. Quake, but even with the blade mail, they still can't bring the friggin' Medusa down. This Gorgon's too fat. S4 wasn't even scratched and he cleans house. Triple kill for him. And a full lane of
Dire's
racks, a
top
melee
barracks
racks,
up-
and a
Dire's
range.
top barracks
I guess
has
we have our
fallen.
answer. Without an Enigma, they
Dire's
still
top
win the team fight. Medusa too big.
Wow. I mean,
I
Medusa
didn't expect it to go quite that far.
got focused by everything, and Duel doesn't do anything versus her because she's just going to be sitting in the same place attacking anyways.
And I guess it doesn't disable her split shot, so she just sent her split shot in your entire team. It looked like she was hitting all.
She was.
Yeah, that was brutal. It's probably what Kuroki wanted to do anyway, more or less. I mean, he likes to cut you a little bit. Secret go for a second lane of Rax. Sinker's such a good start. But can they hold from here? It's an Epi that comes in from medium. They'll force that Kuroki in a bit deeper. And this time he will go down. They lose their Sand King in the process, though. And the range Rex will fall. They need a lot of cleanup here. S4 to drop. That's 2 cores down. A big win for Tinker, but an even bigger loss. That's a triple for Pycat. They do hold the line, but it forced out his buyback to make it happen. He's got BKB gold. And Roshan is respawning soon as Eidolons continue to slowly plink away at your melee racks. Gonna secure it. They also managed to complete a refresher. Tinker on the ropes, but not out of the ring just yet.
They need like a melee hero with Bash, I think, to deal with the Dusa, or
I guess.
I mean,
You're not getting a
it's
Basher on
just-
Magnus.
Yeah, it's just not ideal. What other things are good at continuously locking down a Medusa? I suppose Refresher Magnus is a pretty good thing, but it's not really continuous. Maybe like a Heaven's Halberd, as you mentioned before. There aren't that many options to deal with the Dusa. Maybe an AC on one of their teammates, or a Vlad's, or both, to give everyone some armor. That would actually be pretty effective too. But they are just not well equipped to handle Kuro's damage output.
Yeah, and you'd think they have, if like Clinkz is about as good as it's going to get for single target damage. Especially with the Searing Arrows when he's Death Pact to the creep and has Empower. Doesn't get too much better than that. He's hitting for 300, what, 60, 70 in auto attack?
Apparently you just need straight mana burners then, or bashers.
Yeah, Anti-Mage was banned for the last ban. Smart from Secret. We've seen teams crush Medusa picks in the past few weeks with Anti-Mage. I have seen limited success with Necro books, but they didn't really have the right heroes to build those.
Nyx is pretty good.
Yeah,
too.
Maybe teams do need to prioritize Nyx. It's been picked twice today. First game wasn't the most effective, but second game was.
So Clinkz with the DD will buy them a little bit of lifeline, but can they hold this next one? It really will be on, I think, Sing Sing to hit big RPs. He needs to catch probably 3 people, including one of the important ones, Razor or Dusa.
Sounds nice, if you can make it happen.
Oh, Invoker's also really good. Invoker with Cold
Oh, yeah, that's
and
true.
EMP. There are other
EMP, yeah, we saw the EMP the other day, that's right.
I think Rex knows it.
Yeah, especially like in the early game, which is when you would ideally like to be fighting Medusa. Fighting, taking her down before she gets the 2-3 big items. But now she becomes hard to deal with. They'll try. They'll certainly try. S4. The smoke in from Tinker. They have a duel ready to go. He's certainly a more killable target than the Dusa. And they'll RP to start. Skewer S4 back, but that's out of duel range. Oh, it doesn't matter. Black Hole. Oh, maybe it does matter. 5 heroes caught in it by Puppey, but they had no split shot during this time. What looked like a perfect Black Hole might not have been that great at all. Quake for now on the chase on the Puppey. Goes for the duel, gets the damage. He's a winner, but the real problem is not being addressed, and that's KuroKy. He brings down 1. Now going onto the Clinkz. We'll go for additional targets. Quakefa dealt with. 3 down for the side of Team Secret, but it's about to be 3 down for Tinker, unless this Burrow Strike can get them out to safety. Just using auto attack so that Pycat can't blink away. Now the Ghost Scepter used, he's gonna Ghost Walk, or Skeleton Walk. Look to retreat out, won't happen. A triple kill back the other direction, but Tinker lost both carries, and Secret only lost 1. Well, KuroKy wasn't even scratched.
I doubted Kiro's ability to carry everything this game, but there's no limit.
Imagine if he had been auto-tagging during that Black Hole. That would have been a guaranteed team wipe. Still manages to turn the fight around. And the problem now is no buyback on the Clinkz, down for 60 seconds. KuroKy just toggling his Mana Shield, almost taunting Team Tinker here, as he confidently will take that second lane of Rax. No way they stop this. It's only a Scarith Mage and a Sand King alive. No cores to fight. They close in. Secret close in on another victory. And it's only their 3rd game, but they're playing some of the biggest teams in the group. They took down Navi earlier, they took down Team Tinker. I forget who the first team was, but I think was it Alliance?
They took down Cloud9.
Cloud9, yeah. Three teams that most would put in their top, what, 5 or 6 for the European division. That's putting Secret in good shape as long as they don't throw away any games that they should be heavily favored in. To a hot start here in the Summit too. That's for damn sure. Secret will go for what looks like a potential death push bottom lane. They are starting to group up. There's no Black Hole though. Tinker may look to try to take a fight outside the base. They only have a single RP. They will have Epicenter, and they find that good opening.
I don't think so.
Is there an opening to be had?
As long as Dusa gets her Stone Gaze off, they really can't kill her. And even if they do manage to go on her without Stone Gaze, as we saw on top, they're probably still not going to kill her.
He has now a completed Butterfly, 4-slotted with Treads. He still has room to farm. That's the scary part. It's not like KuroKy's 6-slotted and they're barely winning fights. He's 4-slotted, they're crushing fights, and he could still get bigger if he needs it. But the jump is prepared by Tinker. Fortunately, that Observer Ward, I believe they have the Observer Ward, can spot them out now. Quakefa trying to retreat out. Chakram will come through. Yeah, they've got one on the hill. I think teams are still not quite used to that hill being a wardable location. Seems like a few times now that Ward's there caught someone by surprise. I'll push in bottom. S4 lashing away at the tower. KuroKy chipping at it, and it will drop. Last lane of Rax now. potentially in jeopardy.
Dire's
Tinker
bottom
dealing with
tower
creeps
is
in the
under
mid,
attack.
dealing with a beefy Gorgon in the bottom lane who's supersized. Razor getting excitable with his lightning slashes. Now uses a Plasma wants to cancel those blink daggers so nobody can initiate. And the melee rack's in jeopardy. They got to go in right now. Even if they do, it's probably already too late. Pycat and Clipper are hesitating. This will be mega creep. They get off their duel. Black Hole was there, but it's canceled quickly. 2 supports down the drain. But no Deuce are dealt with. Who focuses on Pycat with support. Perfect RP from Sing Sing. He gets both cores, but he's also disabled by the Stone Gate, so he can't do a thing. He'll end up falling. And now it's a 2-for-2 core trade as Koikfa finally goes for the dual opening. But Epicenter, even better from EGM. Well, except it doesn't really do anything to Kuroki. He's running low on mana, 3 shots Bulba. Now turns on EGM. It's a triple for Kuroki. Will it be an ultra? No, maybe not. Maybe yes. He's close. Who cares? S4's going for tier 4s. Says we don't need kills. Pycat, no shadow. He'll go down. It is an ultra kill. Secret, unstoppable in the push. They'll take yet another win in the summit too. And it's just the way they're winning. Another disconnect pause right as the throne's about to die.
Kiro makes Dusa look OP.
He really does.
I think part of it is just due to his ability to farm ridiculously fast and just make her time of relevancy 5 minutes earlier than normal players. And I thought they had enough damage to take her down. Need Necro Books, need Mana Burners, need Bashers, for more permanent stun lock, apparently.
Yeah, that seems to be the case. Or you have to shut her down very early.
Yes.
And with the Clanks, off-lane Legion, you're not really going to be able to do that. Well, that wraps up our 5th of 6 games on the day. Ben, the final one is going to be... what is it? I believe it's Alliance versus
Power Rangers.
So we see the Mighty Morphine Power Rangers looking for their 2nd upset of the day. Congratulations to Secret.